Mountain State Brewing Company is the largest brewery in West Virginia and one of the oldest. It's funny because we're not that old.
In 2005, Brian and I founded Mountain State Brewing Company in Thomas, West Virginia. That's where our beer is born and brewed.
Thomas is at 3,000 feet in elevation. It's downstream from no other town. So we brew from water at the top of the watershed. The majority of any beer is water, and I think that that's why our beer is so good. We both loved beer for a long time.
We came up with the idea to brew it independently.
Ran into Willie at a music festival near Elkins, who showed me hand sketches on lined notebook paper of a logo and a brewery building that he was going to build.
The logo that I designed back in 2002 in college is very similar to what we used for the brewery. Brian took that logo and was able to transfer it to a digital format.
So we bought a 3-barrel brew house from Bare Bones in Ellicott City, put it in storage, and then eventually the brewery I worked at, they wanted their equipment out of there. So I traded them smaller equipment for the bigger equipment, and we moved it to West Virginia and hooked it up and took off.
We both enjoy the challenge of creating things on our own.
That's a West Virginia trait, be totally self-sufficient and relying on yourself.
It goes from the beer to the bar to everything we do.
Yeah, we hooked the brewery up ourselves. We built a lot of the building, the inside work, the details, all the stone work Willie did. The bar is a copper top bar. Willie used to do standing seam copper roofs, and the base of it is a full-on dry stack rock wall.
It's all stone that we picked out of fields and some we got from old foundations in the area.
The locust posts are the same. We went out to Hughes Farm and cut those and peeled them. We got to the time where we were ready to open, but we didn't have any seats. And we drug a sawhorse over to the bar, and we were just kind of sitting on it. And it's like, you know what, this sawhorse is about the right height. So we're measuring the sawhorse for height. It's like, you know what, the sawhorse is kind of comfortable.
Just make it a little bit wider on top and it would be perfect. So that's what we did.
And now they're kind of the trademark in all 3 of our places as well.
We use mason jars because they're readily available. They're full pint, so there's no question about how much you're getting. And you don't hit your nose on the rim.
I went to school in New England, and I had some friends that came down to West Virginia for spring break. And they said, gee, that's a beautiful place, but what did you guys do for fun growing up? We don't have malls or cinemas, many of them, or anything like that. We hang out with people, and that's kind of, I think that's what our product is more than anything. Our product is West Virginia, and the product is our atmosphere.
We worked hard to create an atmosphere that was comfortable, and it's a good place for you and some buddies to get together, have a few drinks, and tell some lies.
And we got one of the best compliments ever when a friend of ours came in. He's a friend of ours now, we didn't know him at the time. He came in and he said, wow, I feel like I'm drinking beer in my best friend's basement. And it's like, that's what you want to get to drink beer.
Most of the recipes Brian developed, then we made a few adjustments onto the stout and stuff here, just based on taste. We want all of our beers to be easy drinking session beers that you can have several and not get worn out on them.
Good beer's got to be about you, because you're the one drinking the beer. It can't be shocking to you. The beer's got to be balanced. It's got to be blended artfully. One
key upgrade we made to the brewery was adding silos. We've got 2 gigantic silos out front, and this allows us to mill our own grain, and we can also buy in bulk.
We just planted our own hops. We have a 1 acre of a 20-foot trellis system, and we have Willamette and Cascade planted for a whole acre of hops. We've grown from just the 2 of us working here to I think we've got 4 or 5 full-time employees now. It's also become a bit of a destination for people to come into town. We have a lot of regulars that come in from DC, Baltimore, that stop here all the time and catch up with their friends. I'd like to point out that we are the only brewery in the world that has 2 Golden Horseshoe recipients on its staff. In 8th grade, everybody in West Virginia takes a West Virginia history class, and then every county, everyone takes a test. And the top 5 go to Charleston to take a regional test, and the top 2 get picked out of that from each county in the whole state. And we have 2 people on staff that went all the way and received the Golden Horseshoe for their 8th grade knowledge of West Virginia history. One of them's Willie.
Oh yeah.
And the other is our head brewer, Mike Supak.
We love our beer.
We don't think we make the greatest beer in the world, but it's pretty damn good. I think that's something you just have to come here and see for yourself.
What is? Because they didn't hear the question.
I'm not gonna bandstand.